So I think number one is understanding financials. It's understanding wealth is created on the balance sheet, not in the income statement. But when you look at everything else, it's about budget, it's about your income, it's about that's all income statement. That's not where anyone focuses on in the top 10%. And then the top 1%, not even looking at that.
Yep.
Because as you're trying to figure out how to get a job for $60,000 or $25,000, another person is making $1 million.
Yep.
So it's completely different, right? So that's number one mistake. Number two mistake, I think, is that everyone thinks that they don't have enough money. They have to wait, they have to save, they have to start. And that's completely wrong, right? Because Deuteronomy 18, again, says that you have the ability. And another part of the Bible says that you have what you need for the season that you're in. So it really doesn't matter how you look at it. Every person can start now, which is like the next challenge I'm doing in February is about, what is the financial path to wealth creation with what you have today, even if you don't have a job, you don't have any money. Well, you do, but you have a way to invest and get assets, not just theoretically. And how do you do that? So number two mistake is that people don't think that they have anything, so they're going to try to save up, which is what everyone says in the 80%. 6 months emergency fund, 9 months, and that's really a waste of money, from that point. So then the third thing is understanding the end in mind. The end in mind is really more about multiplication and exponential curve is what I call it. After multiplication, it's your money has to work harder for you than you work for it. So we never make that transition. It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to spend and then I'm going to, invest a little bit, but you're focused on the wrong thing because we need to get our mindset shift. Dr. Miles Monroe is the first one I heard this saying from. It's like, we got to go from consumption to production. And that's the third item is that it's that mental state of like, the money has to work for you. And I hear a lot of Christian people kind of talk about money's bad and like, it's really the love of money. But the bigger one is that they say, the 80%, they've been taught in churches, the 80% is basically don't be slave to debt. And that's correct. But slave to debt basically means that you are bounded by your decisions because of debt. The reverse of that is also the problem is that the shift has to be debt is a slave to you.
Correct.
It's the other way around. So it's like money is basically a resource that you have dominion over